As you can see here today, we have started a little bit of dirt work. That right there is Caleb on the tractor. He's smoothing this out, making this real good and level, getting a lot of the rocks, putting them off to the side there. So that's kind of what he's doing at the moment. He's doing a pretty good job of it. As you can see, we've got all this smooth back here. Okay, just a quick rundown of today's events. What we did is we got the insulation finished on one whole side here of the ceiling. It's up to the center and all the way over in the living area. We got to go above the steps there just a little more, but we hadn't done this side. We'll be doing that Monday, I'm sure, because that'll be finished up then. Let me back up here so you can see a good shot of it. Let me get over here so you can see a whole visual of it. There you go. The entire side. Of course, you see it'll be like this side, but that's, and I left those two pieces of metal up there. That's just to make it look, so we could see what it was going to look like, and ended up having to take a lot of it down because I needed to get the insulation across there. We did that, and upstairs we had a couple of guys that helped us out, and they started stripping the top up there where those strips are there on the ceiling upstairs. I'm not going to go up there, but you can see they worked on that all the way to the back till we ran out of 2x4s, and we'll have to finish that up. But the big thing we got done today is we got the manifold set installed and got all the lines connected and run down there. But we've got to fasten them. We'll be fastening them in place, and then Monday we'll build a box to put this in, and then we're going to start putting shiplap lumber along this wall right here, and we'll be working on that Monday, which 2 days from now. This is Saturday, and we'll do that Monday. And then so I'm trying to think what else we got done today. Mainly that was it. That's the two big things. Of course, the electrician came today and did some more wiring. Looks like a spider, but he's got all his grounds. His grounds to one side, and his neutrals, and then here's all of his power leads, and they're still marked so you can tell where they go. They say on each one of them where they go, and he'll be working on that. And that's getting all of our power, finished in. Nothing in the back here we did, except for we did have my nephew came down and ran the orange tractor here for about 4 hours, and he did get this pad right here straightened out, smoothed out real good. It looks pretty good, and we can now we can pull the truck back in there and hook the trailer up, because I'm hoping we take us a little vacation pretty soon. But if we do, we're going to hop in the trailer and go. And I want to be able to get it out. We had run a solar line from the wall right here last week down and underground all the way across there to those temporary solar panels. Those are just sitting on some old sawhorses, and we got some T-posts drove in the ground and wedging them and holding them in place. We had some super high winds about 2 days ago, and those solar panels didn't go nowhere. So I think they'll ride till we get done. This is just temporary. We're going to put a full solar array right there. It's going to be on like a pergola type stand. It's going to be 4 legs, and
it'll be up real high in the air, and then we can pull tractors underneath it while we have the solar panels on top. We did unload the rest of the solar panels this afternoon. They're right here. We've got a total of 20. There's 5 out there. I think it's 13 and 2 right there. So we got a total of 20 of these. These are, I think my son said these are 245s a piece, 245 watt solar panels. So we'll be got 20 of those. We'll probably be separating those and using them in 2 different arrays that we'll set up. We're still on a real temporary, setup right here right now. We got 3 batteries, but a little old 200 watt. It's not even a full pure sine wave. We've got the Outback inverter and power unit, and then it's just all it's running really is that refrigerator right now and our internet. All these lights you're seeing on right now are running off of a big generator. We've got a big this Outback here. It's the big Predator generator. We got the 9500 come from Harbor Freight. By the way, I think we can put the link to that down there at the bottom of this video so y'all can see it. It's a big dog and it runs everything. I mean, I couldn't have any problem with anything. That's like a 10-2 extension cord that we're using on it right now. We do plug the camera in. We'll shut her off here. I'm not going to bleed the fuel out of it right now. I'm just going to cut it off. Normally what I'll do is I'll turn it to off and just let it run out of fuel. That way the carburetor runs out of fuel, and that's a good thing to do, is to just turn that power switch to off and leave it running until it dies. And that way you have all the gas out of the carburetor. Gasoline today has so much shellac in it and it messes carburetors up real bad, but I'm not too worried about it now because we're going to be firing it back up day after tomorrow and running it again. If she's going to be off for a couple of weeks, I might do that. But that's it. That's all we got going right now. So just stay with us. I'm going to try to do some more live shots and make this more interesting as we work. My son is actually rigging me up a camera or 2 so I can wear a camera while we're working, so you can see live action as we work here at Green Creek Farms. I want it to be interesting to you, and I hope this is not too boring. So y'all stay with us. If you like and subscribe. If you got any questions, please post them at the bottom. And y'all have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.
A little further into here, you can kind of see we've got our saw station set up. There's the saw we mainly use. We use that one to cut some angles. Got our sawman good and set up. He's walked up there for just a minute, but we got all this set up here for him to use and get to going with everything. Got him a fan and everything. A little further into here, as you can see, they're in there working on the manifold, and that's kind of what's going on with them. They're securing, making us a box for that manifold. Loading up here, getting some insulation put on the skyjack, and that's what we're going to do now. As you can see, I'll pan up here to the ceiling. We've got insulation up a good bit, so that's kind of what we're working on right now, is just getting a bunch of this insulation up. So in the very back up there upstairs, they're actually putting up wooden slats. So you can see these run those pieces of wood this way. That's what they're putting up upstairs. That way they can put the insulation in between. You got something wide to nail to. Makes it a lot easier for us to put that. We've also got to put these other little pieces there, and it kind of makes it where we can slip the insulation right on the side of it.
Okay, we've completed our manifold set here, and ours is actually not as neat looking as like some of the other ones that we've looked on YouTube at, but now the reason being is because we actually started at the bottom here and went, you know, a cold and a hot, it goes in one room, and then a cold and a hot for another room, and a cold and a hot for another room, and so on. And so it made us have a hot one on this side, and then having to drag a cold one over here this side. But we wanted to match them up, and so this hot and cold is actually for one room. Each one of these are lined up right, but if you look, it looks kind of snaky, but it actually, you know, it works out good. I mean, they're not moving around. We've got them fastened in. We put us a board in between here, and down in between here, and then we fasten them so they don't shake around. And we've got our wall faced out so we can do our shiplap along the wall here when we're through. But this went together very easy. We left the opening right through here. So we're going to run our main line cold water in and our hot water in. We hadn't decided yet about whether we're going to use a water heater here or we're going to use an instant one outside. We don't know yet, but either way, we've got to run our hot water in on the left side and our cold on the right. So I hope you enjoy it. You know, stick with Green Creek Farms and keep seeing updates. What we're showing here is the living room, dining room area insulation that we did. You notice the ceiling here, what we've done is we stripped it so that we can put this metal up, and you may notice that there is some pieces of metal up there right now. We wanted to kind of see what it's going to look like, so we put them up there. But you notice the insulation fits right in through that opening. It's a 16-inch center. No, I'm sorry, that's a 2-foot opening in there across there. We just slid the insulation right along there, and it went in perfectly. It fits real tight. It is on a 2x6 joist, so it's a pretty thick insulation. It has an R19 bay, as you can see in the pictures there, but it went up real fast. I mean, we got done with it within, in fact, I finished one whole side in one day, and the other side today, finished it up. So we've got the whole living room, dining room area, and we're already noticing about a 15-degree difference between this room and the back room because of the insulation. So y'all keep watching and enjoy.